Ba-dum. Welcome to BanjoBandClark.com. I'm Banjo Band, your host, here on the website to teach you how to play guitar and mandolin. But this week is Banjo Week, and we're doing a really cool lesson this week. I recently taught Black Mountain Rag in the key of C on mandolin, and I had several of you say, how would you do that on banjo if you're going to play it in C? And I thought, what a great opportunity. Not only to learn a solo in C for Black Mountain Rag, but just to practice getting around in C and making the melody do what we want it to do, even when we're not playing in G position. A lot of times people are lost once they get outside that familiar G position. So let's take a song in C and let's make our hands play the notes that we want to hear. Pretty cool, huh? If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, here in a moment I'll ask you to come over to the website, BanjoBandClark.com. You can join as a Gold Peak member, see tons of content. If you're watching here on the site, then you have everything you need right here on this page. Just scroll down for the rest of the video segments. The rhythm track, JamTrack MP3s, the tabs. Let's jump into this one. We're doing Black Mountain Rag in the key of C. People say it's not in the key of C, it's in the key of A. And very often it is. But I love playing it out of a C position on guitar. And that's how Doc would play it. He would capo it and play it in D, but out of a C position. And I taught it recently in C on the mandolin. And so I think it's a great exercise to figure out how to play very specific melodies in a chord position that you're not used to playing out of. Now we're in the key of C, we're playing out of the C position, but nothing's changed on the tuning. We're still in G tuning. We're just going to stay based out of this or some version of a C chord. But Black Mountain Rag only has 3 chords, C, F, and G, the 1, 4, and 5 chord. So we're not doing a bunch of crazy chords. We just need to figure out how to get the notes that we're going to get and use our brains to do that, right? Okay, so like I said, most of the time it's played out of a G position. Something like that. But now we're going to have to switch those notes around. Let's go ahead and pull up the tab so you can see what I'm talking about. Now the first line here is just going to be an intro. Okay, so we're just establishing the tempo. If you need something like this isn't part of the fiddle tune. This fiddle tune has 3 parts, an A, B, and C part. Some versions, like Doc's, it has an extra part in it. But this isn't one of those parts. This is just an intro. It sounds like this. And then the song is going to start in the last half beat of that measure. You see that 4th fret with the slide? We're going to grab that and slide into the A part. And that's what kind of sets Black Mountain Rag apart, is it always starts that little slide a half beat before the downbeat, okay? So if I wanted to, if I was going to play in a group and I was going to kick off this song, this could be something that I would play, just to establish the tempo and let folks know when we're going to start. Okay, so we're going to come right in with that index, sliding into the A part. And now we've got to think about what are our melody notes, okay? Our melody notes for Black Mountain Rag it's kind of a repetition of this little pattern. Okay? And those notes, if you were going to play it all single string, would look like this, something like this. That's kind of a guitar style of playing, but we can't really play it like that. Or you can. If you're Corey Walker, you can. But we're not. We're going to approach it more from a melodic point of view. And I'm going to get all those same notes that I need by getting the slide here. And then I'm going to use my open 5th string. And I'm going to use my 7th fret down here. And then we'll use some other notes along the way. But we get this really cool note pattern without having to do a lot of work. So we're sliding into that measure 7. Now I want you to keep that down, put your pinky down here, and watch this is what measure 7 looks like. Leave your pinky down, because we'll need it again. Measure 7 again. Then you'll release at the end of measure 8 and start it over again. To end that phrase. Then we'll pick it back up, going into another pass through that, the end of measure 10. Now, this little melodic pattern that we're playing here, it's kind of a brain twister at first, but once you get used to it, it works and it's fun to play. But what's going to trick you is that we've got a higher note up here that we're using as a melody note, but then we're also going down here. And we're doing a forward roll and a backward roll, going back and forth, and we've got that quarter note slide in there that you don't want to rush. So just be patient with it, and once you get it down, once it clicks, you're really, really going to enjoy it. Now as we go into the second line, we're sliding back into it just like we did. We have a little bit of a repeat. So now we're going to move down to the first position because I want to be there. And we've got a little bit of single string picking there in measure 14. So if you've never reached down and played the same string with 2 fingers in a row, you're going to get a little bit of practice now. Okay, so this whole line. We have to be quick going in between our positions here so that we get there in time and try to make it clean. Now when we go into the B part, the chord progression stays the same, but the melody changes on the B part, right? It slides up, and the difference in this slide and what the slides that we've already done is that this is a quarter note slide, so we don't want to rush it. We don't want to 1 and, we want to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I like to try to get this big slide with my middle finger and then play that 5th fret below with my ring. Then jump up and grab 2 and 4, and we're going to play those 2 times in a row. And I'll jump down and use my thumb on that 2nd string. This whole line. Slide up again. I'm going to stretch and get it with my middle finger. We've seen all this before. And then this is cool. Let me just play it up to speed. Where have you heard that before? Maybe something up here. Okay, so it's just an ending lick. Something similar to that, but we're doing it down here. It really works. That's a great little C lick. Just imagine all of your G endings that you have here. Those all work here. Just putting your index finger instead of on the 8th fret, put it on the 1st fret, and now you have your new position. So instead of, it's kind of hard to reach with our pinky, so I might move up and we've got all those licks, and that's all that I'm doing here. It's the same lick as here. So the whole line. Cool. So that's the A and the B parts. Now we have a C part that lasts twice as long, and this is where it gets really fun because we bring in that scruggs style picking, and it also introduces that new chord. It goes to an F chord, so we get to use the C7 and also get into some double stop picking. So let's take a look at that. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, this is where you'll want to come over to the site. Join as a GoPick member, see the rest of this lesson, download all the tabs, and use the rhythm tracks to practice along with me. If you're watching here on the website, just click on the next video segment. Let's keep going.